it was a bomb threat, and we thought, because they did every language and went to English, and they said, "There's a bomb on the train." That was it. And so we're all like, "What's happening?" What?
I had the pleasure of meeting you in person on John Wick, and it's so great to see you. Congratulations on everything, Ruby.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I would never forget those eyes. The most beautiful eyes probably I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God, from you, that's huge.
It's
you
true.
Just made my day.
It's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
It's true. It's true.
Now I'm blushing. Well, listen, again, coming from you, that is the highest of compliments, even more so than if my husband says nice things. I want to ask you about travel, because in this movie, obviously, a simple Eurostar trip to Paris turns bad, thanks to your character and your cohorts. What are Ruby Rose's tips to making travel go smoothly, even though we can't do much of it now?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't get on board a train with a psychopath if I were you. You know, that's probably one of the mistakes that were made in the film. I think, well, as a woman, I think you should always make sure your cell phone is charged and that you probably have some sort of defense, whether it be not necessarily a weapon, but maybe some self-defense classes. I think it's an important thing. I've had terrible luck traveling on the Eurostar before. The Eurail was derailed when I was 18 and I was traveling around the world. It was derailed. We were stuck in a random city that had enough space for 200 people, and it was like 1,000. It was a bomb threat, and we thought, because they did every language for about 2 minutes, and they went to English, and they said, "There's a bomb on the train." That was it. And so we're all like, "What's happening?" What? Someone explained to us they'd found a bomb like World War I or World War II. It was a really old bomb, and it's not uncommon that they'll find them, but someone has to come and collect it and do a whole thing. But for at least an hour, we thought there was an actual bomb on the train. So I'm not sure I should be giving advice.
All right, so I won't take advice from you. You know, it's interesting because I find myself with you, and I know you've talked about some of your surgeries that you've had and some of your back issues, so I know how debilitating that whole thing can be. But in light of that, I actually find myself, when I see you and watch you and stuff, being worried for you. Like, I find myself concerned because I don't want you to injure yourself. And this movie, you're all over the place. Do you still get nervous in light of what you've already been through when you do stunts and things like this?
I don't get nervous. In fact, now, if anything, because I have a whole new replacement neck, I'm bionic. You know, my neck is stronger than probably most humans. I just make sure that I'm strong enough, I'm warm enough, I warm up, I do stretches. I don't just throw myself into a stunt. And I'll do it as many times as I can by myself without a stunt.
Oh, I think you
say,
just
okay,
froze.
I have to stop. I've done it this many times. Oh, am I back?
You're back. I know that they just wrapped me. Your character doesn't have a lot of emotion. That's part of being a psychopath. So the last time you sobbed like a baby and showed a ton of emotion was when? Ruby Rose.
Every time I watch an episode of Grey's Anatomy, it gets me every time. That's when I sob and sob and sob. And a friend of mine, their dog passed away, and it was a dog that I just adore, and I sobbed pretty hard about that as well.
I can't wait to do this in person again. Congratulations and stay safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Sam, I'm Tara Hitchcock from Arizona, and actually not too far from where the author of the Outlander books lives. I don't know if you've been to Scottsdale or Paradise Valley, Arizona. Have you been to our state?
I think I've been through it, but I would love to come visit and visit Diana Gabaldon herself. I know that she loves it there. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you think you've been through, that's a big fat no, because I know I've been through Scotland. I know I've been to your country. Congratulations on everything. I want to start with obviously your character, Tom. This is a train ride gone very wrong. So what are Sam's tips to make travel run smoothly? When you're traveling, whether it's a train or an airplane, what are your must-haves?
Yeah, I'd say make sure you travel with a trained psychopath, but make sure they're a good one. I'd say don't get on a plane or a train if Ruby Rose is on it. And always bring an oxygen mask, because you never know when you're going to need that. But yeah, it's a real roller coaster ride. It's pretty intense movie. It doesn't really let up, and I hope people enjoy it. We had fun making it.
Well, not only that, a lot of the action obviously takes place in confined spaces, and I'm always curious where the cameras are, where everybody else is. What was the most challenging sequence to shoot in the channel, basically?
Yeah, it was, and I'm 6'3", and I'm not really a small guy, so it was tough, and I think probably the hardest is actually some of the there's a fight sequence and then we fall through a ventilation shaft, and actually we had to have this sort of half of shaft, and the whole crew was there, and to have us fall down through that was pretty intense. But yeah, I mean, then the movie does open up. We're in Paris, we're in London, we're in Spain. It really, the scale and scope of it really does open up towards the end of the movie, which is great.
Well, between this and your Men in Kilts, you're really making me miss travel. I cannot wait for you guys to open up to us. I'm ready to go whenever. One of the other fun things about your character, he's not a very emotional guy, to the point where even his girlfriend is a little bit curious as to why he doesn't seem to feel. When was the last time you sobbed like a baby?
Oh, I'm not sure actually. It's interesting. He is, well, he finds out in the course of the movie that he's a psychopath, that he's a good psychopath, which is probably lucky for his fiancée. But yeah, I think it's an intriguing character study, and I think the most interesting part is that he does sob at the end of the movie. Well, hardly sob, but he cries, and that's really intriguing. A psychopath that then has feelings. That's weird.
But
Yeah.
what about you? When was the last time you really got choked up? I would imagine you're a little bit more emotional than your character.
I hope so. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure. I think probably a movie or something recently. Yeah, I'm such a. I can't think of actually the last time I cried, but I'm sure it probably was a movie. I'm sure it was.
You cried because you haven't been to Arizona yet. I'll bet that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I have to ask you a silly girl question. In
Okay.
light of the fact that season 6, are you guys done shooting, by the way? Or are you still shooting season 6 of Outlander?
Oh no, we started in January, so we'll probably be done, towards the end of the year. But we're keeping everyone safe, and yeah, it's good to be back.
Well, here's my girl question. I know that Katrina's married. I know you guys are super good friends. My husband is a little moody because I'm even talking to you. He feels a little bit threatened, even though this is Zoom. Have you ever, in all seriousness, have had to talk to maybe a co-star's partner and just go, listen, we're just friends. Don't be threatened. It's just me. Have you ever had to do that?
No.
Really?
No, not at all. No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone's be threatened by me. But no, yeah, she's a fantastic co-star, and we're so close. We're like brother and sister, and we love each other dearly. She's a great friend as well as a great co-star. So I'm very lucky that that's what Outlander has given me.
Yeah, the two of you together are great. I know they just wrapped me. This show is based kind of on a series of books. What's the best thing you've read in quarantine?
Actually, it's what I've written. I've written my own book, so I guess that was a nice plug, right? But yeah, I wrote sort of the background to Men in Kilts, the TV show with my co-star Graham McTavish. So that was a really great experience. But I've been reading a lot of travel books actually, and most recently was Billy Connolly's Route 66, and that's something I really want to do.
Guess what? It goes through Arizona. I mean, this is
exactly full circle,
roads.
Right?
Well, congratulations. I know your book's a bestseller, so congratulations on keeping yourself busy. And I hope to do the next one in person, Sam. Thanks for your time today.
Yes, me too. I'll see you in Arizona. Thanks, Tara.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.